morning, everyone. I'm Musimete Isabel, a watch officer at the Austrian Refugee.
My name is Simon Young. I work with Unhcr as the water sanitation secretary.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Unhcr, operations officer.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Engineer Peter Nyakana from Ministry of Water and Environment, and I coordinate the Refugee Response Secretariat.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Otilia Mozova. I'm the head of program for WhatsApp, standing in for the GSZ country director who is currently on leave and sends his greetings to all of you.
Good morning. My name is Alicia Vandenboom. I'm the head of cooperation at the German Embassy.
Thank you. My name is Alfredo Kurukidi. I'm the permanent secretary of the Water and Environment.
Good morning. My name is Matthew Wisi. You understand country representation.
Good morning. My name is Katja Kirschhammer. I'm the head of the Austrian Embassy.
Thank you. Permanent secretaries, UNHCR representative, head of agencies, development partners who are present here, representatives from the Office of the Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Ministry of Water and Environment, and more specifically the Water and Environment Sector Refugee Response Subgroup, we are all honored to deliver this milestone event. It is about collaboration in the water and environment sector so that we can achieve sustainable water supply and sanitation service delivery to all the refugees and the hosting districts. So I want to take this honor to welcome you very warmly to this function, where finally, after a very long time, we will see the signing of the memorandum of understanding among the key actors, that is OPM, UNHCR, Ministry of Water and Environment, and our agency, our unit on the ground, the umbrella of water, the Northern Umbrella for Water and Sanitation. So you're most welcome, and I want to now hand over to the permanent secretary, who is going to take us through and chair this function.
The Permanent Secretary, Office of the Prime Minister, represented by the Commissioner, UNHCR country representative, head of missions, the government partners, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, apologies, we are all a little bit late, with the exception of a few people who came quite early. I was monitoring from very far, but and also PSOPM called and said the Commissioner will present him, and unfortunately he's not going to make it in time here. So, Commissioner, you have noticed. It is with deep sense of purpose and commitment that I address you today as we mark a significant milestone in Uganda's journey towards sustainable, inclusive water and sanitation services for both refugees and the host communities. Uganda has long stood as a model of progressive refugee policy, embracing an open-door approach that allows refugees to live and work alongside citizens. This inclusive stance has necessitated a shift from short-term humanitarian aid to long-term sustainable development, particularly in the water and sanitation sector. In line with the comprehensive refugee response framework, the Ministry of Water and Environment, in partnership with the Office of the Prime Minister and United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, has embarked on transitioning water supply systems in refugee settlements from humanitarian management to integration into the national utility structures. This shift is designed to ensure equitable access to safe and reliable water services and sanitation for both refugees and host communities. This transition is driven by the reality of Uganda's protracted refugee situation, marked by rising numbers and declining humanitarian funding. Maintaining a parallel humanitarian service model is no longer sustainable. A more integrated, nationally driven approach is both necessary and is overdue. As co-convener of the Global Refugee Forum 2023, the largest global platform of refugee issues, Uganda reaffirmed its commitment to integrating refugee-related infrastructure and services, including both in health, education, water, into the national system through a phased approach. The planned transition will see water services in refugee settlements managed by established national utilities, such as the National Water and Sewage Corporation and the regional umbrella authorities, such as the Northern Umbrella for Water and Sanitation. These regional utilities were created to strengthen the management of pipe water systems in areas that are not covered by the National Water and Sewage Corporation and are supported through staff, recruitment, funding, and oversight by the Ministry of Water and Environment. With financial inputs from Government of Uganda, the World Bank, GIZ, KFW, Austrian, and many other development partners. A successful transition requires strong financial foundation and capable institutions. Local governments and water utilities must be ready to adopt governance, management, and operational reforms necessary to sustain these systems. The Ministry of Water and Environment, with the support of partners, is working to build this capacity. Many water systems in refugee settlements were constructed as part of emergency responses and are not yet optimized for long-term utility management. Part of our shared responsibility is to rehabilitate and upgrade these systems so they meet the national standards and can sustainably be operated without placing undue burden on the utility providers. The Ministry of Water and Environment plays a central role in this effort. Our responsibility shall include, among others, policy formulation and guidance, resource mobilization from Government of Uganda, the UN agencies, European Union, our friends from Germany and Austria, etc., to support the infrastructure development and system optimization. Capacity building, supporting national and local institutions to effectively manage the water supply system will be provided. Coordination and monitoring as the lead institution, and we will make sure that all stakeholders are covered and play their role in as far as the supply of water and sanitation to the refugees and the host communities are concerned. To Today, under the term of the MOU, the Ministry of Water and Environment reaffirms its commitment to providing the policy guideline, facilitating the assessment of the refugee settlements, mobilizing resources, holding infrastructure in trust and ensuring assets are managed in public interest, and organizing regular coordination activities, and engaging the district governments to support and implement, and will also be leading the development of signing and execution of the Uganda Water Supply UWS work plan. As we sign this MOU, we are not only formalizing partnership, we are advancing a shared vision. A vision where every individual, whether refugees or host community members, has access to clean, safe, and sustainable water and sanitation services. This effort is a step forward in realizing Sustainable Development Goal number 6, which is about clean water and sanitation for all. On behalf of the Ministry of Water and Environment, I express our deep gratitude to all our partners for the unwavering support, collaboration, and shared commitment. Together, we are building Uganda where no one is left behind. Thank you. Next, I would request the representative of the PS of OPM, that is the Commissioner Disaster. Commissioner for Refugees, yes, please. Floor is yours.
The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Water and Environment, the country representative, United Nations High Commission for Refugees, our development partners, senior government officials, distinguished invited guests in your respective capacities, ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense pride and gratitude for me to stand before you on behalf of the Permanent Secretary as part of the team that has come to participate in the signing of this memorandum that marks a new chapter in our collaboration. Mr. Permanent Secretary and distinguished guests, I wish to extend our deepest and sincere appreciation to your ministry and to the government of Germany through GIZ for funding this program, and to all those who have participated in ensuring that the signing ceremony is fulfilled today. I would like to emphasize that the signing of this MOU will go a long way in strengthening our collaborative efforts, the collaboration between the Office of the Prime Minister, Minister of Water and Environment, and UNHCR in providing clean water and sanitation services to the refugees and host communities, as was earlier emphasized by the PS Minister of Water and Environment. I would like to say that this MOU blends very well with our key mandate of offering services to the refugees and the host communities. As government, more so the Office of the Prime Minister, we appreciate all your efforts and work with all of you to ensure that the signed MOU realizes the purpose for which it was designed. Needless to mention, the signing of this MOU today is a true manifestation, reflection, and testimony on how strategic partnerships and holistic, inclusive approaches can drive progress towards Uganda's development aspirations. provision of water and sanitation services like sanitation is one of the key pillars that is very crucial in the national response for refugees in this country. And of course, I also want to emphasize that the recently approved transition strategy provides for a phased approach in transitioning facilities, including water sources. Once again, I want to thank all of you for attending the signing ceremony and to reiterate our commitment in ensuring that the signed MOU will be implemented to the document. Thank you very much.
Next, I would request the UNHCR country representative to give his opening remarks.
Thank you, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Water and Environment, Commissioner standing in for the Permanent Secretary of OPM, our colleagues, development partners, Australian Development Corporation, German Development Corporation, KMW, and then all the EU, we have the French Development Agency. These are all agencies that are supporting water projects in the country. After listening to the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Water and Environment, I told him his speech was so good and took care of all that I wanted to say, so I shelved mine immediately because it's so good. Let me just make an analogy. It's like a metaphor. When somebody visits you, normally the first thing you give to a person is a seat and then water. Uganda has been acclaimed for its hospitality and exemplary policy in hosting refugees. When refugees come here, Uganda offers land, that is a seat, and then water. That's why I'm so overwhelmed with joy to sign this MOU today, when the government of Uganda is taking full charge of providing water to the visitors that come in. After providing them with a seat, you give them water. We've come a very, very long way. Now, despite the increased numbers of refugees, water tracking is only 0.2%. In 2018, water tracking was about 37%. UNHCR used to spend about $18 million a year on water. This year, we've made provision for about only $2.5 billion. So you see, this is the success of the integration of water systems into national, water systems for refugees into national systems. And this is the way we want to go, we want to encourage. And that is why I'm sure all our development partners are happy to join this occasion to sign this MOU, which is another demonstration of the exemplary leadership of Uganda in the refugee management. This year, we have received over 110,000 new arrivals, bringing the total number of refugees to over 1.9 million. The number keeps going up. So it is very clear that we will not be able to do business as usual, especially in a situation where funding is going down. And therefore, integration of humanitarian assistance systems into national systems is just the way to go. A lot of progress has been made in other sectors as well, like in education, in health, in sanitation. But I dare say that where we have had the most success has been in water and integration of water into national systems. To the extent that now, despite the increasing numbers of refugees, we are able to provide 18 liters of water per person per day. In fact, in the north, we even surpassed the standard of 20, up to 23 liters per person per day in Vepi, in Adjumani, all the settlements in Adjumani. But then when you go to the southwest, that is where we have some difficulties. I mean, in Aki Valley and other places. Kiriandongo is also another place where we are way below the 20 liters per person per day. This has also been due to the increased number of new arrivals who are being sent to these locations, like Kiriandongo. Just to remind or recall that most of the refugees from Sudan who came have been settled in Kiriandongo, therefore putting additional pressure on the water systems there. And most of the Congolese refugees who are arriving this year have also been sent to Aki Valley. That is why we have a shortage in these areas. But I'm glad that we are progressing well in this direction to ensure full integration of water systems for refugees into national systems. And I also want to continue to make an appeal to our donors that this is not a transition, that we transition these services and then wash our hands off. For as long as refugees remain in the country, UNHCR and partners would have to engage, would have to continue to support the government in providing these essential services to refugees. So just a reassurance, Permanent Secretary and Commissioner, that UNHCR will continue to engage. We are not going to wash our hands off at all. We will continue to engage. We will continue to support the government in mobilizing resources to support water and sanitation for refugees and the host communities. Because this is the way to go. And then we will also use this as an example to strengthen our resolve in other sectors as well. Permanent Secretary, you mentioned education, you mentioned sanitation, you mentioned health. One area where we may not have been very successful yet is in the area of protection. To what extent do we engage relevant government institutions to offer protection to refugees as well? Whilst still maintaining UNHCR's role, of course, the government through the Department of Refugees' role in ensuring protection for refugees in the country. But this is still in the works, and we will follow the lead and example of the Ministry of Water and Environment to ensure that this is also realized. So thank you very much for coming, and then I'm very happy and ready to sign this MOU and continue to support you, Permanent Secretary and then Commissioner, in the government's quest to ensure total transition of some of these services, which was a pledge made at the Global Refugees Forum in 2023 by the United Government. Thank you.
Thank you, Country Representative, UNHCR. We are now going to go to the next item, which is the signing. This signing would not have been possible without the support of our partners. We have our long-standing friends from Germany, German Corporation, KfW, GIZ, the OSA Development Corporation, and we also have, I think, the World Bank that is supporting us in especially the Kiriandongo side and Nachipale. And I also want to say a very special thank you to the utilities that are operating there for standing up and accepting to bear these challenges boldly. So Northern Umbrella and National Water say thank you. And there are some teams from the ministry and UNHCR. Engineer Simon, Engineer Richard Matwa and team. I think the fact that we are signing this is because of really the efforts you have made. I know we had to harass you with the country rep, but now I think we are at the stage where we are ready to sign, and we want to say thank you. And as mentioned, this is not the end, this is the beginning, because this is a journey that we still have to walk. Okay.
Maybe you are sending your resignation letter.
You want to bring it here? Okay, you can bring it.
Okay, you witness.
No, man. No, they are bringing.
Commissioner, we also request us to sign. Or stand the other side, we need to say the photographers so that we get everyone pictures. So whoever is signing, just steps forward and signs.
After signing this.
We were suggesting, let everyone stand the other side so that we get everyone in the
No,
pictures.
it's okay. You can do both of us.
Okay.
Is there a, we can use our pen.
You can use this.
This one is not there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
It will be our pin.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think we have to sign because we're just the witnesses. So
wanted to take a group photo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay, you do it.
Let's push a little behind. It's quite wide.
Okay, I think you have earned your breakfast. I don't know what breakfast is at 10:30. And probably what we could do is just take a 15 minutes break and we go and serve ourselves. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you want for MBS or? Okay, fine.
Ich glaube, es macht Sinn, ein bisschen so abzuwarten, ob man so gucken lässt, dass es sehr eventuell